ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Pulse exclusive Hank Pym, Giant Man, and Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, and I am so stoked to get this 2-pack set so close to after the announcement of this 2-pack set, so this is really cool. I hope this is Hasbro trying to not have everything come out at once, having something come out, you know, really close to the reveal, I think is really cool. Anyway, on the side you can see we have Giant Man and the Wasp, and then on the back you can see Avengers number 4 right over there, and then there's a read-up on the back in several languages. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now, and then on this side right here, you can see Giant Man and Wasp right over there, and then you get the Beyond Earth's Mightiest right there on the top, not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your other Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the figures out of the packaging, and they look pretty good. For the most part, there are some things I'm going to complain about over here, some things that I already knew about before picking up the figures, and some things that I wasn't so sure about, but now I do know for sure. So anyway, we'll get into all of that stuff, but first, let's get a closer look. I'm thinking we should go ladies first. We'll start with the Wasp. So I'm so stoked that we're finally getting this version of Janet Van Dyne, and this head sculpt looks great. Fun fact, she's the one who named the Avengers, a true founding member of the team with the hots for everybody on the team at the same time. But hey, you know, it's okay for a young lady to be a bit amorous, right? But anyway, these eyes, the paint on the face, the mouth and everything, this looks fantastic. I'm very, very happy with it. It looks great, and it looks consistent with her alternate head sculpt, which I just plopped on the gold Wasp right over here, which has been my favorite Wasp figure for a while now, but yeah, I just put the head on here so you could see that really quick, and this looks really good too. I really like this quite a bit. To give you a little comparison, Janet comparison, here is the retro card version. At first I thought, oh, is it possible? Because I remember she had short hair. This doesn't look bad, but man, you can see the upgrades, right? Hasbro's just gotten way better with their faces. I love this. I keep calling it photoreal tech, but it's not photoreal tech. Another thing I wanted to talk about were the wings. So we have these ports on the back, which I really like how all of this works out with the wrinkles sculpted in there. And then we have this blue metallic for the W, looking pretty clean. I do like it. And the wings, which we've seen before for all of them, I just want to do a little comparison because when you shine this, or you have light shining on it, it reflects blue light a little bit. It reflects blue some. This retro card version reflects pink a bit, so you can see that pink. And these are just obviously yellow. Now the significance about these being pink is that it matches the little Wasp figure that I have here. You can see her wings are pink right there. I'm probably going to use these on this new version so that they're consistent as she shrinks. But as we know, when she's in full size, she doesn't have the wings. The wings just pop up when she shrinks down. We don't have any articulation right over here, but I think it looks pretty good. And we have the pinless joints for the arms. We'll get into the articulation about these shoulders and everything. It's fairly malleable material, but yeah, we'll get into that later on. She has the open hands right over here, which I do like that she has the gestures for these, but she doesn't just have those. She has an even set of fisted hands as well. And then there's looking at the skirt, looking pretty good. And the legs, we've seen before, painted over boots. Little scuffage looking right over there, and she has pegals at the bottom of her feet. And just to demonstrate porting these wings together, because you can have them like this, where it's just the single wing right there, but you could also attach this smaller set right here, which I prefer not to do. I think it looks better with just the single set. I think that's how she's drawn most of the time. And it's a stiff fit, but you can get those in there, and they work pretty well, and they hinge, and you could rotate these up, hide them if you want to, move them all the way down if you wish, so whatever you want to do. Here's looking at the Hank Pym head sculpt, and it looks exactly the same as the last one with just different paint applications. You can see instead of brown eyebrows, we have the blonde eyebrows right there. There's a little bit more color in the hair on this one, I feel like. I don't know. It seems like it's got a little bit more of an orangish hue to it than this. So I'm probably going to use this for my Sentry. I've been using this head for the Sentry figures you can see up here. And yeah, I may replace it with this head sculpt. I think it looks better. I mean, these figures didn't come out that far away from each other, right? It was just like last year, this one came out, but you could see the quote-unquote photoreal tech looks better on the newer figure. They've just added more paint. I really like it a lot. It's looking really good. And I love that they have this soft goods lab coat right here. It works for me, man. I like having the collar down. You can put the collar down like that. It works okay. No bendy wire in it or anything, but you can move it around if you wish, and I like it. It doesn't have any pockets on it or anything, but I think this is cool. I do like it. I also like the other Hank Pym head sculpt we have. Well, I like it and I don't. I like how it looks as far as it looking like that other head sculpt, but with a mask on it, so it looks like it's the same dude, but masked, right? Doesn't it? You know? So the mouth and everything looks similar. What I don't like is the choice that they went with the black antenna instead of the white, because all my other Giant Mans have the white antenna right over here, and you can see the white antenna over here. So yeah, I would have preferred that. I'll have to get a second head over here. Probably change this to gray to match the other ones too, just to bring the pre-Legends 5-pack in here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this trench coat off, which is really easy to do. You don't even have to pop the hands off too. Of course, it's easier to do if you pop the hands off, but you could still do it without having to go through all of that. So we have the Sunfire body mold over here. The stripes work out okay with these butterfly joints. You know, they're going to get distorted, you know, if you use these, so that's going to happen. But I can't really complain too much aside from having this weird blue scuff right here. They call these scallops right here, these little spikes. I guess that's what they're called, is scallops. Unfortunately, we do not get two fisted hands. We only get one left fisted hand, and then we have a pill-popping hand right over here. Which, by the way, in those early books, I really love that they kind of explain things like how we see in the Ant-Man movies, that they're able to shrink and reappear so fast that it looks like teleporting to everybody else. I thought that was pretty cool. They mentioned that in the original books, that they're able to basically use the powers like we see them in the movies, which is really neat. So, or the movies made it like how we see it in the books. But we have a new belt right over there. And then you can see we got the shorts, and then the legs are all pinless, elbows are pinless, which is good. And then, yeah, the red's not going to match up perfectly over here. So, you know, that's red plastic. This is blue plastic with red painted on it, it looks to me. And then we do get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So aside from these two hands, we also get wide open hands, which is cool to have. And then we also get the little Quinjet over here, which is pretty cool. I like this. It's neat to have. I like the detail in it. You even have black tires underneath at the bottom over there. A little bit of marbling in it. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And then for his Doctor Mode, you also get the Quagmire flask and the Oppenheimer flask right there. And I don't know what I'm talking about. There's no Quagmire flask, but hey, giggity! I do like they've added a little bit of this silver to the plastic over here. It's still translucent, but it looks best like this. So far, they've done a whole bunch of these. Like, this is the most realistic looking to me anyway. I like this the most. Now, I'm not going to do a thorough articulation segment for Giant Man over here. Yeah, you can move his head up and down, side to side, and pivot a little bit. And by the way, for the majority of the time, really, he is Giant Man when with the Avengers. Or in the Avengers comics, I think he's Ant-Man only in the first two books, and then it's Giant Man from then on. And then for Wasp over here, both the heads, you get the same range of movement because the hair is really short on the other one. You can move her head up only that far. I prefer having a hinge, but it doesn't keep me from getting her into flying poses. I could half it and get her looking up more so, but yeah, I definitely prefer a hinge. Even with this little mic right over here under her chin, she can look downward that much. I'm going to move Hank out of the way. You can turn the head side to side, pivots quite a bit. No butterfly. Oh, wait, we do have tiny butterfly joints in here. I don't know, or it could just be shifting, but it feels like butterfly joints, but it barely moves. It's just not enough to be, you know, substantial butterfly joints, but you can move the shoulders outward that far, move them in. I do get irritated that we don't have the Iron Man tech over here, so when you want her arms forward, it's gonna it's going to be splayed outward like that, and then you're going to have to rotate the bicep and then move the elbows inward. So if you want her forward zapping while she's flying, that's going to be irritating to pull off. I don't like that, but I do like the double jointed pinless elbows. Then you get wrists that turn side to side. They hinge up and down. We do have a horizontal hinge or the vertical hinge, but this goes the other way. These move up and down. So whichever way you want to look at that. You have only the waist joint right here for the torso. Would have been nice to have a cut underneath the diaphragm right there, but anyway, you can turn that side to side. It pivots only a little bit, and it moves forward like not at all, dude. It doesn't move back. Like it like wiggles around a little, but you don't really get real articulation over there. It just moves a little. It's mostly a horizontal cut right there. Hips move outward pretty well. She can kick forward, especially with having the skirt. Move back a tiny bit, upper thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees, ankles do move down, up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two figures, you could see Hank is standing just under 6.5 inches tall, and then we have Wasp here. I guess she's standing just about right around the same height with that pointy headpiece over there. And to measure out the Wasp wingspan, you could see it's still at about 8 to 9 inches across. I'm seeing about 9. And then for a Wasp comparison, I think I have all the Wasps except for the Toy Biz Blue Wasp. You can see we have the two Toy Biz figures right over here, and then we have the Hasbro Vintage Collection figure, and I forgot which wave this one came out in. I feel like these are supposed to be the same suit. Was it from the Disassembled storyline, which has been my favorite? I've had this version up on the shelf because when I got back into reading comics, this is what Wasp was wearing. But yeah, you can see the original Wasp right here, and the tiny one with the same original suit as she had in that Goliath 3-pack. Then I showed off this head on that figure right there. I want to see how it looks on the Blue Wasp figure. Swapping heads with those Toy Biz figures is not going to happen. This looks pretty cool. I like this. Yeah, the flesh tone actually matches up pretty well. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. But this isn't bad either. This is still a pretty good head sculpt. It's just the paint's better on that. Wasp Party, yeah! Then here's a Hank Pym / Scott Lang comparison. You can see we have the SDCC exclusive Goliath. We have the Giant Man. Well, this is the all new, all different Giant Man, which I'm going to customize and paint a mustache on him and make it my Raz Giant Man figure, but 6-inch. And then we have the West Coast Avengers Hank, and then we have Scott Lang Target exclusive Ant-Man, which could also be a Hank Pym Ant-Man if you wanted it to. I never put this head sculpt on here. I just want to see how that looks. And, ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, new head sculpt on there. Works on this Ant-Man pretty well if you wanted to do that. I like it. Looks a little on the big side, but not bad at all. I mean, they went with the same body mold with these two, right? Nope. We got the updated pinless on this one, but it's based off of the same thing, right? Then here's my crappy Ant-Man customized to be a Giant Man, the antenna fallen off, and I did have these painted white. Had that up on the display for a while, but yeah, I've been using the Ant-Man figure, Scott Lang figure, for a while. And by the way, I also have to mention I like the red on this a lot more than this one. Like this brighter red has just always bothered me. This looks like the Giant Man red I expect to see. And then for a true Hank Pym Giant Man figure comparison, you can see we have the pre-Marvel Legends Giant Man, and then we have the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Giant Man. It would be cool, I'm just saying, it would be cool if Hasbro made a Giant Man that was about this size, or maybe a little bit taller than that, because he tends to hang out with the Avengers about this height, a little bit taller, just like that. So that would be cool to own in the collection, but we're going to need another Giant Man to go between this and the 2-footer, right? Isn't it 2 feet? Yeah, and I guess we'll have to wait for an 18-inch one or something. I don't know. So many Giant Men. Hank Pym Party, yeah! Did you hit my wife? 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 And then here's Hank Pym next to some other lab coat wearing characters. I just wanted to see how this fit on some of these figures over here. Now we already have a Reed Richards with his own plastic lab coat, and I just wanted to see how this cloth one looks on this figure. Doesn't look too bad. Not bad at all. And let's see how it looks on Bruce Banner. Because he's got that blazer on, it looks like it's too bunched up. It's too much clothes. Too many layers. Andrew Garfield, I'm especially excited to see how this looks on him. Ooh, I like that. This lab coat may just live on this figure from here on out. I don't know, that's really cool. That makes me really happy to see, right? Isn't that dope? I don't know. I like that a lot. And then here's the Wasp and Giant Man next to our other original Avengers characters. Well, kind of, with the Hulk. And then you can see we also have the 80 years Iron Man, 80 years Thor, and we have the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends Captain America. And then here's Giant Man and Wasp. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh man, I always wanted to be huge. I wanted to be a big guy, you know? And Big Time Spider-Man. Come on, dude. Hook me up with one of those pills, huh? Come on. Set me up. I want to be big. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, and I did all the right comparisons and everything looked good, I'll give it a thumbs up, you know, and leave a comment down below. If you want to see more from this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Certainly do appreciate it, and thank you all for watching. And this 2-pack is a lot of fun. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I have enjoyed these characters without these two 6-inch figures being released. You know, I've had Giant Men figures, I've had plenty of Wasp figures, so I don't see this set as a necessity for everybody, but I have a fondness for the original content or the original comics from the Avengers, and I really like the characters a lot, so for me, I had to pick this up. I couldn't just pick up one, I had to pick up two, just to satisfy that itch of having the white antenna on the Giant Man figure. That's my biggest complaint about this set. That irks me. I wish they went with the white instead. It'll be an easy repaint, but I shouldn't have to paint my figures. Now, he is drawn in the books with the black antenna. It's not technically wrong, it's just not my preferences. So, to some of you, you could see that as just a non-issue fully, right? Like, it doesn't matter to me either way. It could be black, it could be white, doesn't matter. But for me, I prefer the white antenna. Anyway, that's my biggest gripe about it, aside from, also Wasp's head, you know, not being able to look up as much as I want, her shoulder pads, so I do have my gripes with the 2-pack set, but I am mostly very, very happy with it. I took a shit ton of figures, and at the price point of what I was hoping for this 2-pack, for it being $50, I'm gonna give this a Sud rating of...
I love it! Ooh, 2 please!
And I'd like to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
And it looks consistent. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.